All right, we are now in the game. Yonghua is going to be our Protoss player down here in the bottom left. He had a fantastic performance last night in GSL. And now he's going to be facing off here against a Vortex from Karont3 Esports. Vortex, a very, very strong Zerg player. Some would argue him to be one of the strongest foreigners out there. And it's definitely a valid argument. You know, there's a lot of good Zergs right now, to be completely honest. Scarlet, Nertio, Vortex. But Vortex is definitely in that upper echelon of all the foreigners. And Yonghua, on the other hand, he's a very strong team player. A little while back, I believe it was Yonghua that, yeah, he all-killed Startail, or it was Startail or MVP. I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting this right now. It was a little while back, of course. But really, really strong Protoss player. And he has the advantage of being on Entombed Valley here versus Vortex. Very few Zerg players actually like Entombed Valley for games versus Protoss. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I do, man. Basically, if you guys are wondering what Yonghua is like doing with this probe, you can actually make it that you mine off this mineral patch, you like look away, and then you mine off the mineral patch again. You kind of just click back and forth to harass the mineral patch so that other units can't mine off it. But like a lot of people will actually take their worker and attack the probe, and that's really, you don't need to do that. All you have to do is just constantly click on it, grab your worker and click on it, and the second Yonghua, for instance, in this situation, would go back, oh wait, hold this thought, guys, there's a pylon going down, okay. For some reason I thought this was like bunkers and a 2 racks. I was like, why are there so many dots down here? Because I saw 2 red dots and 3 yellow dots. What's going on? It's just an overlord and 2 drones. Hatchery can't get down right now for Vortex, so he may be forced to take a hatchery over here. He's up to 450, and he is going to do it. He's going to drop the hatch over at that third base. We'll see if another pylon does go down here for Yonghua, who has taken a Nexus now after his Forge, of course. Cannon going down for a very nice, quick defense. But basically, moral of this story, as you know, we're kind of flashback to when we were looking at this again. Don't attack probes that are harassing your mineral line by denying your mining. Just click on the mining really fast, and you'll actually get into mining anyways. You kind of just have to counter micro them. So, Gateway's going down now for Yonghua, and that cannon is, I mean, definitely not going to kill the Overlord, but man, that did a lot of damage. Cannons have some crazy range when it comes to aerial units, because aerial units always look farther away. You can see how like the Overlord shadow, the Overlord's actually like right here. I don't know, just looks a lot further. Ling is not going to get in right now into the main, but this Overlord will be able to get some scouting in. And I kind of want to like, I love asking, okay, so basically if you have watched GSL, you know that the Tasteless and Artosis have this thing, this segment. It's kind of like, let's ask Artosis a question, or ask Tasteless a question. And you know, I kind of live with Tim, so I need to get to know a lot about the guy. So that's something that I've adopted a little bit. But I don't have him here, man. So I kind of want to ask myself a question, but then I realized that if I ask myself a question, I'll already know the answer to it. So we need to get a really, really good question. So during this next break, I'll remind you guys when we cut to it. Don't worry. Assuming that Vortex wins, of course. If Vortex doesn't win, I'll just answer it while I'm on camera. But come up with a really, really good question that would be fun to hear my answer to. I'm kind of putting a lot of burden on the viewers right now. I'm sorry, okay? You guys shouldn't have any responsibilities with this. You should just watch, enjoy. My job. Probe is going to be heading back right now as these Zerglings are not going to be able to kill it. Nice micro out of Vortex, saves that Zergling actually with just 4 hit points. Stargate is going down for Yonghua back in the mineral line. We've seen a lot of Stargate play out of Yonghua. This is not atypical at all for him. And we'll see what comes out of this. It's going to be Phoenix in all likelihood to harass the mineral lines of Vortex. He's ideally going to want to be able to get a lot of kills here and see what he can get done ultimately. Vortex is now working on the hatchery. Now, or working on Lairtech, excuse me. Sorry, it's draining. It's draining talking so much. I'm making a couple of slip-ups. Focus, Kibbles, focus. Robo. See, this is exactly what I was thinking, actually. So I wonder right now if Yonghua is giving a shot for that style of play that we've seen Creator use in the past, where you use a Mortal Sentry all in, but you open with Phoenix for Harass to slow down your opponent's build, and then you follow it up with a Mortal Sentry and you let them go for Infestors, because Vortex has some very strong Infestor play, and so he may gun his way for Infestors when he sees Stargate. And what this would allow from Yonghua is you just make 3 Immortals, and you go for your Immortal Sentry. He is working on the back rocks though, so it's entirely possible that he's not doing this. But he's also getting +1 as well, so this is a definite possibility. Robo Facility on the way, as we were saying, and if we see an Immortal out of this, then he could be working. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay, we'll fix it. Oh, you got to see my background. Don't publish that online. Oh goodness, scoreboard, that background's actually really, really cool. If you want to get an IPL background, just tweet at me at Kibbles. I'll send you that JPEG. I don't know that one's online. That's the one we used actually for IPL 5. It's really, really cool. And I know Tim's giving away t-shirts. So since Tim's not here, in honor of Tim as this Overlord falls, we'll have a moment of silence. No, I'm just kidding. What we will do is if Vortex makes a comeback here, I'm going to give a free t-shirt to somebody, because Tim would do that, and Tim's not here. Let's take a look. Immortals, there they are. Immortals on the field. He's continuing to kill the back rocks, but I don't think that he's going for a 30 here. I think he's going for an Immortal Sentry all in, and that he's just doing that to be tricksy, to be a tricksy Hobbit. I have not seen the Hobbits movie. Is there anybody in San Francisco that wants to go see The Hobbit with me? I really want to see The Hobbit. I heard it was fantastic. There's apparently a scene that, is like 3 hours, though, where he's like, where Bilbo Baggins is packing to go on his journey, and he's just like deciding on like what sweaters to bring and stuff. I don't know. It's supposed to be a crazy scene. Or that was just a big joke. I'm not sure. But I really want to see The Hobbit. So if you live in San Francisco, let me know. Because there's 2 things I like. I like meeting new people, and I like learning about people. So I guess that's kind of one and the same. And there's a lot more things I like too, but those are my 2 favorite things to do. So I want to go see The Hobbit. Is anyone in the area that wants to? That's the lesson. Both players are just macroing up right now, except Yonghua. He's doing exactly what we were talking about, guys. He's going for that Immortal Sentry all in with Phoenix. The question is, has Vortex opted for Infestor? The answer is yes, he has. And so he's really just played into Yonghua's hands here. This is a smart read out of Yonghua, but a fungal growth is going to trap the Phoenix. He has to kill these Phoenix, and it looks like he will. Will he get the last one? He does, and that's a huge victory for Vortex, guys. Now there are only 2 Phoenix remaining. I cannot emphasize how huge this was for Vortex. Chain fungling the army on the low ground. If he kills off these sentries, this whole game is over for Yonghua. Will he get up here and land another fungal? He does. Is that enough to kill the sentries? Most of them, not all of them. The last fungal goes down. These 2 sentries no, there's still a couple of sentries left actually for Yonghua. Down to 95 supply, though he's lost a lot of units. Roaches from the back for Vortex are not attacking. He doesn't actually have a lot of units. Infested Terrans are going down, but remember, they do not benefit while there aren't actually upgrades, so that's not really going to matter. 1 Immortal falls. There are a couple of Roaches left here. Vortex is doing everything he can to pump out units right now, but he has not yet killed them off. I wonder if he was fooled by these rocks. No, he doesn't actually see them. He doesn't have any units left, and Yonghua is doing a really good job killing off units as they are segmented, coming in from the third, coming in from the main, and there it is, guys. Yonghua is going to tie it up for an incredible miracle with a nice little bow and everything as he kicks Vortex to the side of the curb, sealing that deal, doing so good there. I was really worried, actually, once those Phoenix were caught, and those sentries as well. So many sentries were killed off, but not all of them, and that's it, man. Vortex didn't have enough units here. He only had 46 workers, though probably, 15 workers were killed. So a little more workers than he actually needed there. Vortex getting taken out by Yonghua, even though he got those clutch fungals. Can't believe it. So now I'm going to cut to you guys, because that's it, man. That is the cast for today, as LGIM will take the win over Karont3 with a score of 5-2. So I want to ask you, what's that question? What's that question that I'm going to answer? Because I can't ask my co-commentator a question, and I always ask him a question. So is it good for... I'm just going to start reading all the questions I see. Is it good for esports for Protoss gameplay? No, it's not good for esports. But Heart of the Swarm is only a short step away. So Orc OP, what? I got it. Karont3, I know. I really wish Karont3 had given a little bit more of a fight today. Can I show the background again? Can we do that? Can we show the background? The IPL background? Just switch it to the computer screen. So here's the background that we're talking about. It's the cool IGN IPL background. And yeah, you should get your hands on that before you can't, because I'm sure we're going to be cycling that out at some point. So, guys, it's been a huge pleasure commentating for you today. I am going to read through these real quick for one last hurrah of stream interaction.